Last month, the Bureau of Labor Statistics revealed that more than 8.6 million Americans are unemployed, an average rate of 5.5%. Unfortunately, it also revealed that the average unemployment rate of post-9/11 veterans comes in at a higher 6.9%. 6.9%. America can do better, and it must do better. We must make the investment in our veterans by doing whatever it takes to ensure their success in securing quality, gainful employment. The VFW is honored to be a part of a new initiative right here in Pittsburgh that works just to do that. Here to speak about this exciting Model Jobs program for veterans, please welcome a 40-year life member of Post 3945, former State Auditor General and Executive Director of Pittsburgh Hires Veterans, Mr. Jack Wagner.
Thank you, Commander. Thank you, Commander Stroud. Good morning, comrades. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is a distinct honor to be here with all of you today. Pittsburgh Hires Veterans is a model job program that was created in cooperation with the Veterans of Foreign Wars, the strongest and largest veterans organization in the world. The purpose of the Model Jobs program is to connect veterans with education, training, and employment opportunities. We have done this by partnering with proven veteran organizations, such as the Veterans Leadership Program here in Western Pennsylvania, and Heroes Supporting Heroes, another new program that is helping veterans, and high-quality education and training programs, such as local colleges and universities, and a stellar training program here in Pittsburgh called New Century Careers. Through our partners, we have identified hundreds of employers who would prefer to hire veterans for the obvious reasons that veterans make better employees. Veterans work together. Veterans have leadership skills. Veterans are punctual. Veterans are polite. Veterans know what a mission is and how to meet that mission. The goal of the program is twofold: to help veterans find quality jobs that lead to a career, a productive career, and for the Model Jobs program to be easily replicated and contoured to other regions of America. Pittsburgh Hires Veterans could easily become Charlotte Hires Veterans, could easily become Dallas Hires Veterans, could easily become Detroit Hires Veterans. In viewing the video that you're about to see, please pay special attention to our partners in the video. We are not reinventing the wheel. What we are simply doing is maximizing the potential of existing veteran organizations, educational institutions, and training opportunities right here in southwestern Pennsylvania. What we have done here can be done anywhere in America. What we are doing is we are placing attention on America's heroes, American veterans. Please join Pittsburgh Hires Veterans in viewing a very powerful video.
Nobody knows what these heroes went through. Except other Americans who have been at war.
We know something of what it was like. In fact, some of us have a very good idea of what it was like.
John Bajetsky, Korean service veteran, National Commander-in-Chief-elect, Veterans of Foreign Wars.
The troops in Afghanistan and Iraq fought under different conditions than we did. A lot of urban warfare, limited rules of engagement, and IEDs. For the soldiers that are back, they need better treatment and they need jobs.
But veterans at home don't expect any guarantees, just a fair shot at a job, a future.
Alejandro Villanueva, former captain, U.S. Army Rangers, 3 tours Afghanistan. Pittsburgh Steelers offensive lineman.
Now there's a new organization here in Pittsburgh to help vets find jobs. Its name is its mission, PHV. Pittsburgh hires veterans.
We've done a lot of careful planning. We have a very ambitious program. We want to make sure we do not leave any veteran behind.
Jack Wagner, Vietnam veteran, former PA Senator, Executive Director, Pittsburgh hires veterans.
We're partnering with the VFW. That is a key because it enables us to reach a lot of veterans throughout America. And we're focusing first on manufacturing jobs and careers right here in Pittsburgh.
We think this is a great idea.
Scott Mitchell, Iraq-Afghanistan veteran, Case Manager, Veterans Leadership Program, PHV partner.
We help a lot of vets with employment services, housing, and all-around quality of care. And now we are excited to be working with PHV and getting these veterans jobs that they desperately need.
People are always amazed at how many manufacturing jobs there are in this region.
Paul Anselmo, President, New Century Careers, PHV partner.
We've diversified in manufacturing from a lot of heavy steel to aerospace, defense, energy, medical devices, and automotive.
Eric Shea, U.S. Navy veteran, Chief Operating Officer, VECA Incorporated.
At VECA, we value what veterans bring to our workforce. The dependability and maturity, the technical ability is unsurpassed by their peers.
That's a good example, and there are many other companies in this area committed to helping veterans.
I'm glad things are being done for veterans today.
Rocky Blyer, Vietnam veteran, Pittsburgh Steelers legend.
It's got to be a comprehensive program: recruitment, training, placement.
And the facilities, state-of-the-art, them, 1 through 100.
It's very interesting. I like machinery, and I like to maybe get started with the training as soon as possible. I'm looking for starting a career in this.
Learned a lot of things on manufacturing that I didn't know before.
Sound like something you'd be interested in?
100% definitely.
When I got back from Iraq, I had a really tough time finding a job.
Liz Salvador, Iraq veteran, Veteran Service Officer, VFW.
So I went to the VFW and I found work there. I love helping veterans, and I'm really glad that we're working with PHV.
It will be a great team.
Sergeant John Lee, 6 tours Iraq and Afghanistan, VFW District Commander.
With all the VFW posts joining together, reaching out to young veterans, alongside with PHV, this is taking help for veterans to a new level.
With the PHV program, we feel that job opportunities for veterans have really been stepped up.
This has to happen.
One team, one fight.
This needs to be done now.
Anything we can do to help vets, we should do.
Let's hit it out of the park for the vets.
It's just not good enough to say thank you to a veteran. We need to help them find a job, a career. This is our mission. We are not going to leave a veteran behind. Thank you. A special thank you, first and foremost, to the veterans of foreign wars who have overwhelmingly endorsed this effort, Pittsburgh Hires Veterans. A special thank you to John Stroud, your commander, to John Hamilton, the Adjutant General, and our incoming National Commander, John Bigjeski. We have had overwhelming support from them and from all of you, from the post commanders here in Western Pennsylvania. Also, a special thanks to a special person, a person that I consider to be a very passionate patriot, Mr. John Rangos. Without Mr. Rangos, this program would simply not exist. And I will also mention Dr. Richard White, who really has been counsel and has offered great ideas to this program. We have a great team. As I said earlier, we are not reinventing the wheel. We are utilizing existing organizations in Western Pennsylvania to make this happen, to put a priority on veterans. America is the greatest country in the history of the world because of veterans. Democracy exists. Democracy exists just not in this country, but in the world, in 50% of the countries because of veterans. Some of the finest people who have ever served our country are the people who are retiring from the military today, post 9/11 veterans. They are less than 1% of our population. They have served multiple tours of duty. They have faced situations that you and I have never faced before as veterans. It's one of the reasons why I believe there are 22 suicides a day. The most important thing after health care that we can do for a veteran is find them a quality career. I didn't say a job, I said a career. Commander Stroud just talked about the unemployment rate for younger veterans. It's 2 or 3% higher than the general population. We all know that veterans are also underemployed, working for $10, $11, $12 an hour. That is unacceptable. For an American to put their life on the line in defense of democracy against an enemy like Al-Qaeda, ISIS, the 4 Marines in the Navy who were ambushed just recently is unacceptable. Veterans need quality jobs. They need careers. They need training. They need education. They need a quality life. Again, it's less than 1%. It's a small line dividing us from the evil in this world. It's the people in this room that stood up for democracy. We have to stand up for veterans here in the United States of America. We cannot leave any veteran behind. It is unacceptable just to say thank you to a veteran. Many Americans think that's okay. It's not okay just to say thank you to a veteran. We have created a special jobs program here in Western Pennsylvania. We have focused on manufacturing. Why manufacturing? Because literally hundreds of quality manufacturing companies still exist in Western Pennsylvania. It has evolved. It's now precision manufacturing. It's a clean work environment. There's no doubt any American who has served their country today can qualify for those jobs. We have identified special training programs for those veterans. We're funneling them into it. That jobs program in manufacturing may not be the jobs sector in other areas of our country. In Texas, it may be energy. In Chicago, it may be medical technology. But we need to find training, educational opportunities to help our veterans. Just like we veterans, me as a Marine, all of you who served, just as we did not leave a veteran on the battlefield, we cannot leave a veteran unemployed or underemployed. Please join Pittsburgh Hires Veterans. We have several booths on the convention floor in aisle 600. Come join us. Come see what we're doing. We firmly believe, with the support of the veterans of foreign wars, with every VFW post in America being an outpost, almost like a Burger King or a McDonald's, where you can find a VFW post, you can go and get help to be directed to a job opportunity, to training, to education, to a career. Please stand with us here in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh hires veterans, and let's not leave any veteran behind. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, John. Thank you very much. For those of you who hadn't yet stopped by the Pittsburgh Hires Veterans section of the exhibit hall, you're now familiar with this outstanding initiative, and I know you'll join me in giving a warm welcome to our next guest who ensured the program came to fruition. Mr. Rangos was the founding chairman of the Congressional Medal of Honor Foundation. He was named Chairman Emeritus for life at the 150th anniversary celebration in Gettysburg. Mr. John Rangos is a renowned philanthropist and a Korean War veteran who developed a deep sense of patriotism and respect for our country's service members and their families at an early age. His pride for America and its service members was born from World War II as he watched the men from his community leave for war, the women taking to the factories to work to support their families, and the many difficulties his community would face. As a young man, Mr. Rangos interrupted his education at the Houston School of Business to join the active Air Force Reserve Unit in Pittsburgh, and would go on to serve the U.S. Army from 1951 to 1954. Since then, Mr. Rangos has experienced a great success and a storied career. Today, he focuses much of his efforts on philanthropy. He's had a tremendously positive effect on the military community. Among his many good works, Mr. Rangos has made it his mission to support those endeavors that give our nation's veterans a hand up when they need it, and his recent support to Pittsburgh Hires Veterans is yet another way he is fulfilling that mission. The VFW is ever appreciative of Mr. Rangos' generosity and commitment to America's service members. So on behalf of the VFW, it is my distinct pleasure to present him with a VFW Certificate of Appreciation, as I'm joined by Senior Vice Commander-in-Chief Bijetsky, who will present him with a VFW Life membership.
Certificate of Appreciation presented to John G. Rangos in sincere appreciation and spirited recognition of his generosity and commitment to the Pittsburgh Hire Veterans Program, helping to ensure the success of America's veterans during their transition back to civilian lifestyle. His love of country, lasting commitment to those who serve in America's armed forces, and the absolute selflessness of his efforts have justly earned him the utmost respect and appreciation of the veterans of foreign wars of the United States, in witness whereof we have hereunto set our hands in the official seal of the Veterans of Foreign Wars this 21st day of July, 2015, signed by Commander-in-Chief John Stroud, Adjutant General John E. Hamilton.
My fellow veterans, I couldn't be more honored to be here today. I want to thank John Stroud for his service, your new commander, John Bijetsky, which I've had a lot of time and a great opportunity to know him. This program could not have been done without him. You can tell a good CEO, which I've been for a long time in my lifetime, by how he will project the risk. John waited and studied us for quite a while. And then he saw the value, as I did, in our committee, that I'm thanking them for this success because their hard work made this possible. You're only as good as the people that are underneath you, as any CEO is. And John Budzeski is going to be a great CEO, and he'll be heard of in many times over this planet and in our country. We will be challenged again and again. So let's help the kids coming off the battlefield, ladies and gentlemen, to resources that this great and wealthy and powerful country can do. We can do this program. The reason I know why, the Medal of Honor Foundation was born here as the VFW was born here 115 years ago. I started the Medal of Honor Foundation here. Let me tell you, it has one of the most powerful boards in the world now, not in the country. We now have entered in 70% of the public schools and have thousands of teachers telling our kids in school, freedom is not free. There's American blood strewn on every ocean and every continent on this planet. And that's why this world's still free. And we have a commander-in-chief, whomever, and when the time comes, you volunteers, ladies and gentlemen, would effectively take orders from that commander-in-chief in Congress and go anywhere in the world to fight for freedom. Now, there was a controversial war that was fought called the Vietnamese War. And the reason I'm bringing it up, when General Westmoreland received his Patriots Award, which I received 10 years later in South Carolina, I had a long opportunity to talk to him. When we first started our conversation, he was very dejected. He says, John, what do you do when our kids won every battle, kicked their butts every which way you can kick it? I said, General, we won that war, and I'll tell you why. The politics of war comes what happens after. That war was not fought for any territory that we wanted in Vietnam. That war was fought with one reason, stop communism, and we stopped it. The whole Pacific Rim was at risk. And when I say at risk, look what Pol Pot did to his people. He killed 2.5 million of them to convince them communism was the right thing for them. So by doing what we did and showing a tenacious enemy, well supplied by Russia and China, that no matter what you throw at us, we're going to kick your butt on a battlefield. And we did. And what that war gave us, Indonesia shifting from communism to democracy. Also, Cambodia in time came around. Burma was questionable, but the most important part, India stayed a strong democracy and is getting stronger every day and coming our way. So I said, General, we won that war. You better let the media know it's the aftermath of what happened. God bless you as veterans in many wars that you have fought. I understand even some World War II folks are here. And that was the most tenacious war that was ever fought on this planet. Our great sailors, Marines, and military of all types in the Army destroyed 2 tyrants. One named Hitler that ruled all of Europe until we got involved. The other, the Japanese Empire, that we destroyed methodically with a great command level of MacArthur and Halsey. So God bless all of you. We're the greatest nation in the world. And who can ever say that a devout person will volunteer himself at the beck and call of our commander-in-chiefs in Congress? And guess what? We whip every one of the people that have a desire to take that freedom away from us. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir.